Hello, everyone, and welcome to our latest online event here at the University of California, Merced. My name is Ricky Hill. I am the e-recruiter here at UC Merced. A very big welcome to you tonight. We are here this evening to talk to you about UC TAP and TAG overview. We are so excited that you are taking some time out of your evening to join us tonight. We are fully staffed behind the scenes to get to all of your important questions tonight as well. Before we get started, let me give you a quick reminder on Zoom. If you need to adjust those audio settings, you can do that in the lower left corner of your screen. If you would like to adjust the size of your window, click on View Options in the upper portion of your window. Lastly, and most importantly, as I mentioned, we are here to get to your questions tonight, so we have set aside some time towards the end of the event to get to those questions live. You can click on the Q&A button that you should see on your screen, send in those questions, and we will flag those to get to them towards the end. One last little tip, we are recording this event tonight, and we will post this online for an on-demand instant replay for you in just about a day or so. So if you do see something, take a quick screenshot, or you will have that opportunity in a day or two to rewatch this at your leisure. Once again, my name is Ricky Hill. I am your e-recruiter at UC Merced, and it is my great pleasure to hand things over to my friend Sheila.
Thank you, Ricky. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Sheila Zhang, and I'm the Assistant Director of Transfer Initiatives for the Office of Admissions at UC Merced. Fun fact, I'm also a UC Merced alumna, so definitely a proud Bobcat. I'm going to go ahead and hand the mic over to my colleague, Marceni, who will be co-presenting with me tonight to introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marceni Martinez, and I am the Admissions Transfer Advisor for the North Central Valley region. I work with community college students from the Modesto to Sacramento area to help them understand the transfer process, as well as assist them with getting ready to apply to UC. And a fun fact about me is that I was a transfer student from Modesto Junior College.
All right, thank you so much, Marceni. We're going to go ahead and get started with tonight's presentation. So let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. On this slide here, we're going to see the agenda topics. Tonight's presentation is on the UC TAP and TAG. We're going to first talk about terminology, so important terms that you should be aware of as you are filling out the TAP and the TAG. Then we'll jump into the UC Transfer Admission Planner, then go into the UC Transfer Admission Guarantee, so TAP and TAG. Then we will review the timeline of what it looks like and what that process may entail if you are planning to submit a TAG. And then we'll go into UC Merced specific TAG requirements. All right, next slide. These are important terminology that you should all get yourselves acquainted with, as well as the acronyms. You'll see that UC admissions representatives use these acronyms interchangeably, so it's really important that you can differentiate between the different terms. The first term that we have here is UC TAP, TAP. UC TAP stands for the UC Transfer Admission Planner. This is a planning tool that is utilized by all 9 undergraduate UC campuses, and it is required for submitting the TAG. So just remember, UC TAP, TAP, is the planning tool that you can utilize to track your progress and is required for submitting the TAG. The next term that we have on here is UC TAG, so TAG, right? TAG. This is the Transfer Admission Guarantee. This is the application that you will be filling out if you are interested in guaranteeing your admission to one of the 6 participating TAG campuses. This process includes ensuring that you check off, specific TAG requirements and ensure that you are meeting these requirements by inputting your information on the TAG tool. The next term that we have here is the UC application, or just, UC undergraduate application. This is the application that is required of all students who are applying for admissions to a UC campus for a regular term. The cool thing about having a TAP and submitting a TAG is that you can import the UC TAP academic courses to your UC application. So throughout your transfer process, if you have a TAP, the TAP is connected to the TAG, which then is also connected to the UC application. So the TAP is the tool, the TAG is the application for the admission guarantee, And then the UC application is the application that you need to submit if you are interested in transferring to a UC campus. All right, now that we've gone over the terminology, let's start talking about the UC Transfer Admission Planner, TAP. So what is the UC Transfer Admission Planner? Who should use it and when should you use it? Once again, the UC Transfer Admission Planner, or the TAP, is an online tool that has been designed to help prospective UC transfer students keep track of their community college coursework. And although the tool was built specifically to keep track of California community college coursework, any transfer student and also high school students can utilize this tool to track and plan their coursework. The cool thing about the TAP is it tracks your units. So if you're wondering how many transferable units you have towards meeting that minimum 60 semester or 90 quarter units, the TAP actually tracks that for you, as well as your UC transferable GPA. UC TAP does house the UC tag application. So once again, if you are planning to submit a tag, you need to have a TAP with a completed academic coursework section. Information that is collected in the TAP tool is considered confidential and is only shared with your community college campus, the UC admissions officers, and any UC academic preparation and professionals who are part of UC organizations. The UC TAP, although it tracks your units and your GPA, does not replace advising. It is a tool to help you keep track of your progress and enhance advising, which allows UC and California community college counselors to provide guidance along the way. The cool thing about the TAP is that all UCs have access to it. So if you're interested in transferring to a UC campus, but can't physically meet with a UC representative, we can actually pull up your information on the TAP. Any student can use the TAP once again. However, the tool is built for California community college coursework. However, you can use this if you are a transfer student or a high school student at any point in time. The sooner you create a TAP, the better, and that you can, continue to build on the coursework that has already been inputted on the UC TAP tool. So anyone can use it, and you can create it at any point in time in your academic career. So now that we've learned a little bit about the TAP tool, let's talk about the UC Transfer Admission Guarantee, or the TAG. All right, so let's understand what the TAG is. Once again, TAG is short for the Transfer Admission Guarantee. This is a guarantee to one of the 6 participating UC campuses. The TAG is one application. So you can only submit one TAG application for one TAG application to one of the 6 participating TAG campuses. Meaning that if UC Merced is the campus that you want to tag for fall 2024, you can only tag to UC Merced. You cannot submit more than one TAG application. So within those 6 campuses, you have to choose one campus to tag to. Some campuses do provide an early application and review. UC Merced is one of the campuses that provides that early application review. If you are tagging to our campus, we will review your tag application and you will receive an early admission notification on whether your tag has been approved or denied. Regardless if your tag was approved or denied, we will let you know of which requirements are still needed to be met. So for example, if your tag was approved, but you have courses that you need to complete for your tag, we will let you know that, hey, your tag has been approved, but here are the courses that you need to complete. If your tag was denied, our campus will reach out and let you know that, unfortunately, your tag was denied. Here are the requirements that are missing for the tag. It's important to note that while the tag is an admission guarantee, the admission is conditional. Basically, what this means is that although you've been guaranteed a spot on campus through the tag, you still have conditions to meet. These conditions may consist of passing certain courses with a letter grade, maintaining your GPA, or completing minimum and major preparation requirements as outlined for your major and the tag by the term that's indicated prior to enrolling at a campus. All right, let's talk a little bit more about the tag requirements. So the tag ensures admissions to one of the 6 participating UC campuses from any California community college campus. Once again, you have to be a California community college student in order to submit the tag. You also need to meet the tag requirements for the major in the campus that you plan to tag to, and you need to maintain that eligibility for the tag. It's important to note that tag requirements vary by campus and by major. Once again, it's one tag for one campus, and the tag is not the UC application. Even if your tag was approved, you still have to submit a regular UC application. It's important to note that when you submit a tag application, the major that you tag to must match the major that you submit for your UC application. If your tag major and your UC application major does not match, your tag will be canceled and no longer your tag will be canceled and no longer active. The tag is also non-binding too. So if your tag was approved, but your top choice is not your tag campus, that's fine. The tag is non-binding. It guarantees you a spot on a campus, but you are not bound to attending just that campus. Let's say, for example, your tag was approved for UC Santa Barbara. However, your top choice is UC Berkeley and you've been admitted to UC Berkeley. You can still attend any campus that you get admitted to, regardless if your tag was approved or not. So the tag is non-binding. You don't have to commit to that campus. In this slide here, we are going to go over the general requirements for the tag. Please note though that tag does vary by major and by campus. So although this gives you a general idea of what the tag is, these requirements will look differently across each campus depending on the major that you choose and the campus that you choose. In order to be eligible for a tag, generally you need to be transferring directly from a California community college campus. This also includes international students with a visa. You need to have at least 30 semester or 45 quarter units of UC transferable coursework completed from at least one or more California community college campuses. You also need to have a last term of attendance in a regular term. For the UC, regular is considered fall or spring semester, or fall, winter, and spring quarter at a California community college. It's important to note that the tag has these really specific requirements and also specific conditions in terms of what types of students can apply for the tag and what types of transfer students will not be eligible for a tag. If you fall into one of these categories, you will not be eligible to submit a tag. So for example, if you've already earned a bachelor's, graduate, or professional degree, you cannot submit a tag. If you were previously enrolled at a UC campus during a regular term and you plan to return to that same campus, you also cannot submit a tag. And then last but not least, if you are concurrently enrolled in high school at the time of the tag application submission period, you are not eligible to submit a tag. If you fall into any of these 3 categories, you are not eligible to submit a tag. All right, let's go on to the next slide where we will highlight more general requirements for the tag. In general, there are tag unit requirements that do need to be met. So for example, a minimum of 30 semester or 45 quarter units of UC transferable credit must be completed at the time of tag submission. Basically, what this means is when you are submitting that tag, you need at least 30 semester or 45 quarter units of UC transferable credit that have been completed, meaning you have letter grades or pass, no pass credit, no credit grades for these units. At the end of, the tag requirements, you need at least 60 semester or 90 quarter units of UC transferable credit to be completed overall to fulfill the tag requirements. So basically, prior to transferring, 60 semester or 90 quarter units of UC transferable credit must be completed in order to complete the tag. There are tag GPA requirements. It's important to note that the tag GPA requirements are different from regular GPA requirements. Tag requirements are usually higher in terms of the different types of courses you have to take, the number of courses, and also the GPA. So it's really important that you're checking the tag GPA requirement for the campus and the major that you plan to tag to. A few important notes for the tag. Completion of IGETC is not required for tag. However, some campuses may recommend completion of IGETC for certain majors. It's important to double check this to see if you need IGETC for the major that you are planning to transfer to. If you are a student who is enrolled part-time and planning to complete a tag, it's really important that you provide us additional comments in the tag application with reasons as to why you are not enrolled full-time during submission of your tag. All right, next slide. So I know we talked a little bit about the 6 campuses, but we didn't actually name the 6 participating tag campuses. If you are interested in submitting a tag, here are the 6 UC campuses that participate in the tag: UC Davis, UC Irvine, UC Merced, UC Riverside, UC Santa Barbara, and UC Santa Cruz. It's important to note that UC Berkeley, UCLA, and UC San Diego do not participate in the tag. However, you can still apply for regular admission to one of those 3 campuses. It's just that for tag specifically, you can only tag to one of these campuses listed here on this slide. All right, next slide. If you would like more information regarding the tag, so for example, what are the dates and deadlines for specific campuses? Are there majors that are excluded? Or do I need to complete English or math requirements by a certain time frame? You can find all of this information in the UC Tag Matrix. The UC Tag Matrix can be found in the UC TAP or the Transfer Admission Planner. So if you log into your Transfer Admission Planner account in the tag section, there is a link for the UC Tag Matrix. You can open this link and it will take you to the document that's being shown on this slide here. All right, now that we've talked a little bit about the general tag requirements and we've gone over the TAP tool, we're going to talk specifically about UC Merced's tag. UC Merced is open for admissions for both fall and spring. So that means that our tag is also open for fall and spring. For those of you who are planning to transfer for fall, the fall tag application needs to be submitted during the month of September. And we have an example here. If you're planning to transfer for fall 2024, you will need to complete your tag application this month. So from September 1 through September 30th, this month, this is the tag submission period for those of you who are planning to transfer for fall of 2024. Please make sure that you are working on your tag and get it submitted by the end of the month if you are planning to submit a fall tag. Because UC Merced is open for the spring as well, we have our spring dates here. The spring tag dates and deadlines look a little bit different. We'll go over the specific timeline But just really quickly, the spring tag needs to be submitted in the month of May. So for those of you who are planning to transfer for spring, please make sure that you submit your spring tag in the month of May. We have an example here. Students who want to transfer to UC Merced for spring of 2024 and want to do a tag would have needed to complete the tag application in May. All right, next slide. So we went over the general tag requirements, but these are the UC Merced specific tag requirements. For UC Merced, we do want students to be enrolled full-time at a California community college campus. If you are not enrolled full-time and you are enrolled part-time, or let's say that you've already finished all of your classes and you don't need to enroll in any more courses, we want to know this reason on your tag application. There is an additional comments box that you can input this information in. So if you are not full-time, please provide us with a reason as to why you are not enrolled full-time. We want students also to meet the GPA requirements for the tag that they are planning, the tag major that they are planning to apply to. And then there are English and math completion requirements. So for example, the minimum English requirement needs to be completed by the spring term prior to fall enrollment for students transferring for a fall term, or by the end of the summer for students planning to transfer for a spring term. For the minimum math requirement for UC Merced, students need to complete the minimum math requirement by the end of the fall term prior to fall enrollment, or by the end of the fall term prior to spring enrollment for those with a spring tag. All right, next slide. More UC Merced specific tag requirements. For UC Merced's tag, we want students to complete the required tag major preparation. You can find the specific major preparation requirements on our tag website. We also want no unrepeated grades of no pass, D or F in UC transferable coursework. Basically, this means that if you receive a no pass, a D, or an F grade in a course that transfers to the UC, you need to make sure that it is repeated or that you receive an academic renewal for the course. We want no more than 2 total withdrawals in major preparation courses, and no more than 1 major preparation course where a grade of no pass, D or F were received, even if it was repeated with a passing grade. All right, now that we've gone over these specific UC Merced tag requirements, let's look at the 3 different schools and the majors that are included in the tag for UC Merced. First up, we have our School of Engineering tag. The School of Engineering at UC Merced has approved tag majors for computer science and engineering, environmental engineering, material science and engineering, and mechanical engineering. For the tag for the School of Engineering, you need a minimum GPA of a 3.0, and you also need to complete the UC Merced course requirements prior to enrolling at the UC. We've dropped our link for the tag requirements there, so you can look on our website for the specific course requirements for each of these approved tag majors. All right, now let's look at the School of Natural Sciences tag. For the School of Natural Sciences, the approved tag majors include Applied Mathematical Sciences, Biological Sciences, Chemistry, Environmental System Sciences, and Physics. For the tag requirements, you need a minimum GPA of a 2.9, and you also need to complete the UC Merced course requirements prior to enrolling at the UC. Although it's not listed here, all majors for our School of Natural Sciences have an emphasis track except for Environmental System Sciences. However, the tag requirements are not specific by the emphasis, so you'll see on our website that for the tag, the emphasis won't be included, but the major, so for example, biological sciences, regardless of the emphasis. For the tag, the requirements will remain the same. So there are no differences in terms of different requirements for a different emphasis. All right, next slide. Last but not least, we have our School of Social Sciences, Humanities, and Arts, also known as SHAW. For SHAW, the approved tag majors include anthropology, cognitive science, critical race and ethnic studies, economics, history, management and business economics, philosophy, political science, psychology, sociology, and Spanish. The SHAW tag requirements include a minimum GPA of 2.8 for all majors, except for psychology, which requires a GPA of a 3.0. For SHAW, we also want you to complete UC Merced course requirements prior to enrolling at the UC. For SHAW, you may notice that global art studies, public health, and literatures in English are excluded from the tag. For these three majors, if you are interested in applying to these three majors, we encourage you to apply through regular admissions. So even though global art studies program, public health, and literatures in English are not available for a tag, you can still apply to these majors through the regular UC application. All right, next slide. Here's a screenshot of UC Merced's tag website. Once again, we've dropped the link on the chat for you. You can open this link to see our tag website information and the specific requirements for each school and each major that is available for tag at UC Merced. All right, so now we'll talk about the tag submission process, and I will pass the mic over to my colleague Marceni to continue the rest of the presentation.
Thank you, Sheila. All right, let's get started. Okay, so what you see here on the screen is the home screen of the UC tab. On the right is a navigation system, a section of the tab. So you will be able to see the About Me, the My Academic History, and My Transfer Plan. And from the opening screen, you're able to also see your current tag status, as well as important upcoming dates and deadlines. Next slide, please. Okay, so under the My Academic History tab, you simply indicate the term and college attended or attending and run a search for the name of the course to enter coursework information. You will want to have your unofficial transcripts available so you can include all courses that you took at any community college or universities that you have attended. So as you see there by the stars, it'll give you, so you import also your high school, where you have attended high school, and then the colleges or universities. Next slide, please. Okay, so on this section here, be sure to do a thorough search for each class that you've taken by typing in the first three letters of the subject or entering a course number. If your course is generated in the first in the list, click the title of the course, indicate whether it is completed with a grade, in progress, or if it's planned. And then the other cool aspect of the system is that it will account for any courses that are repeated if taken at the same institution. Next slide, please. Continuing with entering courses. So in some cases, a student may have to enter a course in manually. If a course you've searched for is not found after trying to search for the title and or the course subject, just click My Course is Not Listed here and add it. And then type in the information exactly as it appears on your transcript. When all of your coursework and personal information have been added, it's time to click on the Record Review tab. Next slide, please. Okay, and here you will see the course summary. So it's in that yellow box. You'll see the course summary, and on this section, you'll be able to see your overall GPA and your units, in addition to the courses that will satisfy the 7 course pattern. Next slide, please. Okay. So now if you do have an AP exam or IB exam, this would be the section where you would include that under the My Exams. So you can do so by entering them under the My Exams tab. And if it's transferable, it will show up on the list as indicated by the screenshot on the slide. If you receive a passing score from an AP or IB exam, you may be able to get some transferable credit applied to your overall unit count. You will be able to review your exam summary at the very bottom of the page, and this will allow you to see how much transferable credit you may receive if some of the exams are applied to your overall unit count. Next slide, please. Okay, so gaps in education. While under the Record Review tab, you may notice text in red, such as what I'm showing here on the screen. This text just indicates that there may be a gap in your dates of enrollment of 4 or more months. So the system will ask you to explain any gaps in your education. So just please provide as much detail as possible that you feel comfortable with. We're just trying to ensure that you are not enrolled at a college or university at the time. So an example of a good description would be something like, I was unable to enroll due to financial reasons, or I was working during the time and could not enroll in courses. And an example of a vague description would be something if a student said, like, I was not enrolled in a class at the time, and that's it. So it doesn't really give us any context for what was happening during that frame time. So again, just be able to include as much information as you feel comfortable with. So if you go back to the academic history tab, you'll see a text box under each term that allows you the opportunity to explain those gaps. Whether you were working, traveling, or just taking a long summer vacation, to simply indicate this information in the box provided. Next slide, please. All right, so here is just also just a summary of if you included any exams. It will show you the exams that you included, whether they were AP or IB. And then again, it'll give you the exam set summary. So it will give you, again, just like your overall units and everything that you reported. Next slide. Okay. So on this section, you will be able to select the campus that you want to tag to. So here you will, under where you see the yellow box of this section, you'll first enter the community college that you're attending. Then you will want to put the term and year that you plan to start. And then you will also put in which campus you want to tag to. And then just please remember that you can only submit the tag to one campus, as Sheila mentioned. Next slide, please. Okay, so review campus tag checklist. So here, just indicate the campus and major you wish to transfer to. Again, on the top, it'll show the campus that you want to tag to. After that, after you have selected the campus and major of your choice, a tag checklist will generate. So after you have selected the campus, a full list of majors will appear on the drop down that says choose your major. Only the majors that are available for a tag will be displayed. So select the major you wish to transfer to, and please make sure to take the time to read through the tag checklist carefully. It will reiterate some of the necessary information that includes like full-time enrollment at a community college, the units that are minimum units that are required, major preparation, and minimum admission requirements as well. Next slide, please. All right, so this section here can pop up if there is a submission review that you have to go back to. But once you select start tag submission, the application process will begin. And notice the red box indicating problems with application. So this states that we have not provided any like in progress or planned coursework, and that there are 2 gaps in education where we did not provide explanation. There's a link that will allow you to go back to your coursework and make adjustments where necessary. Next slide, please. All right, so now let's go over the steps in the tag submission. So step 1 of the tag submission, on this page, you will be asked to confirm that you have selected the major and campus you wish to submit a tag. It will also remind you that once you have submitted a tag application, you will not be able to update any information other than your personal information until the tag decisions have been returned for the term to which you applied. Also, just a warning, please remember that omitting any information could lead to the denial or revocation of your tag. So again, remember to submit all coursework from all institutions, whether they are UC transferable or not. To continue the application submission process, read through the information and then click next. Once again, be aware of the red box indicating problems with submitting a tag. So make sure that you meet all tag requirements set by the campus of interest before moving forward with submitting an application. Let's move on to step number 2 now. Okay, so on this section, step 2 of the application involves reviewing the tag checklist for the campus you selected. In this section, you will have to go through each checklist item and check off the box to ensure you've read and met the requirements. And so just make sure that as it shows right there in the yellow, you click each little box. Next slide, please. All right, so in step 3, make sure to verify that you selected the correct campus and major one more time. If you need to view the campus requirements again, there should be a link that appears underneath the major. And last but not least, let's go over step 4. So here you will be asked to take a survey for each of the UC campus that you may apply to. Selecting campuses on this list does not imply that you are choosing to submit a tag to the other campus listed as well, but the survey is just informational for the UC campuses you select to be able to contact you about possible admission opportunities. Whatever you choose to decide when selecting campuses will not affect your tag application in any way. Next slide, please. All right, so this is the tag confirmation, submission confirmation section. So once you finish the survey and click next, your tag application will be submitted and you should see the confirmation page as it shows here. Please make sure to screenshot or save a PDF of your tag confirmation so that you have it on file. Now let's move over to the next steps. All right, so preparing for tag. These are just some of the steps to keep in mind when preparing for the tag. So first is research. Research the tag requirements for your campus and major of interest. Review to the tag matrix on the UC admission website under transfer admission guarantee. And refer to your campus of choice tag website for more detailed information. Then apply. Make sure UC tab is complete and accurate with all academic history included. Select your campus and major of interest. Submit your tag during filing period through the UC tab website. And then lastly, maintain eligibility. So make sure to complete all tag requirements as planned and maintain tag eligibility. Stay on top of communications from tag campus. And then meanwhile, complete your UC application to as many schools as you wish during the application period. Next slide. All right, so here are some important dates and deadlines to remember. For the fall tag, the filing period is September 1 through 30th. So you have the whole month of September to submit a tag. Fall UC application is October 1 through 30th. And transfer academic update is in January. By the spring, fulfill tag eligibility. And for those of you that are interested in the spring tag filing period is May 1 through 31st. The spring UC application is open for the month of July, and transfer academic update is in August. And then by the fall, fulfill the tag eligibility. Next slide, please. All right, so moving forward, your actions will depend on whether your tag was approved or denied. If your tag was approved, then congratulations. Be sure to read your contract very carefully. Look at this as an agreement between you and your future school. If you uphold your end of the bargain, your tag school will have a spot for you in the applicable upcoming semester. Respond to any communications or requests from your campus as quickly as possible, and make sure to complete your transfer academic update in January. And then don't forget to still apply to your tagged campus as well as any others that you wish during the general UC application period. Next slide, please. All right, so if your tag was denied, try not to be discouraged. Read the response from your campus carefully, making sure you understand the reason for the denial. And again, still apply, because just because your tag was not approved, this does not necessarily mean that you won't get in through your regular application for admission. Next slide, please. Okay, and just some reminders and tips for students. Remember to input all courses to reflect your unofficial transcripts. Remember to apply for the UC application and make sure to apply for the same major as your tag major. Must meet general requirements and tag requirements. Any changes to your course schedule should be recorded immediately to your tag campus. Tag requirements vary by UC campus and major. Please remember that the UC tab does not replace the importance of advising, and students are strongly encouraged to meet with their community college counselors and or UC advisors for one-on-one advising. All right, last but not least, I want to mention a little bit about our TIP program. So our TIP program is here to help transfer-ready students in the Central California region through early advising and assisting them with awareness of transfer services and tools. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, please just check us out at UC Merced TIP program. And you can also follow us on social media through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. All right, so that is the end of the presentation, but I will pass it back to Ricky so she can close us off for the night.
Thank you so much, Marceni, and to Sheila for that fantastic presentation. What a great event this has been. And yes, just a quick reminder, this is a fantastic time for you to grab your smartphone. Take a quick screenshot of that information that you see on your screen now. It is critical that you follow us on all of our social media channels, or at least the couple that are your most favorite. TikTok is the newest and greatest that we have. We are constantly releasing information there, fun videos, great content, sometimes even some giveaways. So definitely follow us on at least a couple of those, TikTok being our newest. Also, as I said, take a screenshot so that you do have that contact information at your fingertips. That way, when you have questions, you can reach out to us right away and at your convenience. All right, guys, at this time, we're going to go ahead and pop into our question and answer session. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we have here. So what's the difference between a tap and a tag when applying?
So the difference of the tap and the tag is that the UC tap is a free online tool that will help students be on track and plan for their coursework. So that is separate than the tag, because the tag is the transfer application guarantee where you want to tag to a specific campus, but it kind of connects because, as Sheila mentioned earlier, the tab will help you in preparation for when you want to tag to a campus. So it will keep you organized. It will align with the courses and that you've taken. So it will show you your grades, your GPA, and it will just help you to be on track for when you want to, again, tag to a campus.
Very good. Thank you so much, Marceni. The next question, can we still submit the tag application even if our classes that we're currently taking are still in progress, so we don't have those grades yet?
That's a great question. I'll go ahead and take that one. You can submit your tag with courses planned. and in progress. However, it's really important to note that you check out what the specific requirements are for the tag and when you need to complete the major requirements or the English and the math requirements. Some of these requirements will have very specific terms that you need to complete them by. So some courses may be in progress or planned. However, it's really important that you are checking by campus and by major what you're tagging and if there are any courses that need to be completed by a specific term with specific letter grades. So in short, it depends on your major and on the campus that you're planning to tag to. We do understand though that some courses will be listed as planned. So for example, if you are tagging right now, your fall courses will be in progress, right? Because you don't have your fall 2023 grades. So if you are planning to tag for fall of 2024, your fall 2023 grades, when you submit the tag, will say in progress, and your spring 2024 courses are going to show as planned. So we do understand that for some terms, you don't have grades yet, and for some terms, you're planning.
Very good. And our next question, can I tag for one and then apply for another major with the UC application?
Yeah, so as we mentioned, your tag major must be the same as your UC application major. If you tag for biology and then you apply for engineering and your tag is approved for biology, that's very different from engineering. So your tag will cancel out because it does not match your UC application major. Please make sure that your tag major and your UC application majors are matching. So you cannot tag for one major and apply to another major for the UC application. Your tag major and your UC application major must match.
Very good. Now, can I enroll in summer classes for the summer before the fall of 24?
So yes, you can. If you're planning to transfer for fall of 2024, you can take summer courses. However, it's really important to note that for our review of your application, we do not count summer courses towards your minimum and major preparation requirements. Basically, that means that you have to complete everything that's needed for admissions by the end of the spring of 2024. You can take summer 2024 courses, but these do not count towards any requirements that you might need for admissions and for your major preparation.
All right. And our next question. So would I still have a chance to be admitted for a tag if I have some withdrawals, but none of those are within my major prep courses?
Yeah, so if you have some withdrawals and they're not in major preparation courses, you may still be considered for a tag. Every case is different. It's really important, though, that you do meet with one of our transfer advisors or someone on our team just to make sure that these are not major preparation courses. Every student's, major preparation courses, as well as academic history, will look a little bit differently. So just to make sure that you are on track and eligible, it's always best that you schedule a one-on-one advising appointment with someone on our team to just double check that information and make sure that you're good to go for the tag.
Very good. And what a wonderful event this has been tonight. We do have one more question. If there are any other questions out there lingering, right now is your last chance to go ahead and send that in. I will be tossing this final one out in case we do get one more. So otherwise, this will be the final question of the night. And it is it possible to reapply, and will it not have a negative impact if we are not accepted?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll go ahead and let Marceni answer this since Marceni did share the denied option, right?
Yeah, so it is possible to reapply. Like I said, don't be reapply through regular admission. Don't be discouraged if you didn't get accepted through tag, because you also have the opportunity to just apply through your regular admission. And it will not have a negative impact towards you.
Very good. Thank you so much, Marceni and Sheila. So before I do our final closing here, would either of you like to give any last minute words of advice to our listeners tonight?
Go ahead, Marceni. Yeah.
I would just say thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you did have any more questions or anything, feel free to reach out to me. I believe, or if I could put my contact information, so you can schedule one-on-one appointment with me or anything like that.
All right. And then for me, deadline season is upon us, right? So you've got your tag deadlines or UC application deadlines. Make sure that you are keeping track of these deadlines. And then most importantly, this is a time for you to really explore different majors and different campuses. Make sure that you're taking your time to research these campuses. If you want to submit a tag, look at the requirements. Make sure that you're planning things out, because for transfer students, planning out your courses to meet the major preparation, tag requirements, as well as minimum admission requirements is so important. So take this time to plan out your courses, meet with advisors, meet with your counselors, and then most importantly, attend the different events that are being held at the UC campuses around you, because while you are, trying to submit your applications for tag and the UC application, you also want to visit these campuses, because this is where you're going to be applying to. And if you attend one of these campuses after you transfer, like, you want to make sure it feels like home. So really take this time to explore the different options that are available to you, because that will also help you in preparation for your tag and for the UC application.
Most definitely. Thank you both once again for doing a wonderful job tonight on this great presentation. And I did just drop over into the chat for everyone that is on with us right now. That link is where you will find any other upcoming admissions application or anything else related to admissions and new applicant students. You can find those events that are coming up, our virtual events, and we soon will also be adding in all of our in-person events. So we have a very long list of things coming up. So definitely hop on over to that site, bookmark that page, and just keep checking back frequently to see what else we have coming up. Or you can always follow along on the social media networks that we did mention just a moment ago. Also, I just dropped over a quick note. Life at UC Merced is what the handle is on our YouTube page, and that is where you will find a lot of replays. So this event tonight will go up hopefully by the end of this week, but you will also see tons of videos and just ways that you can get to know our campus community. You'll see other student faces that are there. You'll see many of us that you're seeing right now. You'll see other replays of events that we've been on. And again, that is where you will find this instant replay in another day or two, and anything else that we have coming up for you in the future. Once again, my name is Ricky Hill, the e-recruiter here. It is always such a joy to be here with all of my friends and everyone that has been behind the scenes, and of course, our wonderful audience tonight. We can't wait to see you in another future event, either virtual or on campus or in the community. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time. Have a great night.